Hi there, this is Jen, and thanks so much for joining me on the Dare to Be Artsy YouTube channel. I am excited to share with you today. I will be sharing another Dare to Be Artsy design team project, and today I am going to be using the stamp set called Get Well, and I will also be using a layered die that is called Get Well layered die. And I'm going to go ahead and start out with the stamp set, and I have taken a piece of craft paper from my stash, and I am taking first some of the just straight sentiments. There's no scripty words. Just basically a block letter sentiment, I guess you could say. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on the right side of the panel, leaving a little bit of room between the sentiment and the far edge of the panel. And I go ahead and ink that up with some watermark ink. I will not be using embossing powder over the ink. I just wanted the watermark effect. And then to continue down that side of the panel, I chose another sentiment that was the same font and the same size. And it actually worked out perfectly because I am putting stamps on three sides. The one on the right hand side is just the block lettering, and then these stamps on the top and the bottom have a scripty word. So it actually worked out perfectly, I think. And so here are the sentiments. It says sending you hugs and prayers, wishing you a complete recovery, and then hang in there. And it's supposed to say you got this, but that didn't make it. And then always thinking of you. And then to go along with that, I am using a piece of pattern paper, and this is called All A Bloom. And so one side it has some floral pieces, and then on the reverse side it has some diagonal stripes. And once I have that adhered, I'll go ahead and trim off that little piece of pattern paper that went over the edge of the card panel. And for my focal point, I'm going to go ahead and use the florals that are on the reverse side of this pattern paper. And there is a coordinating die set which will cut out these florals. I am also using this die set that goes along with the sentiment Get Well in the stamp set, the Get Well stamp set. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my flower pieces and arrange those on the striped panel how I want them arranged. The little circle flower that you see there in the middle, that is actually the center of another flower. So I took some scissors and I actually did cut that little center piece out to make kind of a different flower shape. And then once I have those laid out how I want, I'm going to set that aside and stamp up my sentiment. And I'm stamping up my sentiment in this really pretty yellow color, and I will also heat emboss that with clear embossing powder. And then I'm going to take the coordinating die that says Get Well and cut out the shadow portion as well as the skinny words. And I am just stacking two of the shadow portions, one on top of each other, a little bit offset. And for the Get Well words, I am using some micro dot as adhesives. And so I'll go ahead and get those sticky and then place those on the shadow portion of the Get Well die. And once I have that adhered to my shadow portion, I'm going to go ahead and grab some press and seal because I want to keep my layout exactly how it is. And I think this is probably one of the best ways to do it. It will adhere your pieces, and then you can put your adhesive on and then flip those back over. It is slightly tacky. This is a kitchen product that probably many of us use both in the kitchen and in the craft room. And so I'm just going to go ahead and do that and then press that back down onto my panel, and they stay perfectly in place. Then I'll pop up those center pieces with some foam. I also pop up the sentiment and add that to the card. And usually at the end of the video, I like to hold up the finished product so you can see it up close. Unfortunately, I must not have been recording when I thought I was recording, and so I do not have that. But I do have the still shots. So I hope you liked this video. If you did like it or find it informative, please go ahead and give a thumbs up. As always, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to spend with me, and I hope to see you next time.